Hi, I'm Ariel Grace, and today we're going to talk about Thoth. So, Thoth is the god of the moon, reckoning. He is the god of learning and writing. He is also the inventor of writing and the creator of languages. Okay, so he's the scribe, the interpreter, and the advisor to the gods. He is a representative of the sun god. So, and he also is a messenger between the gods. Like, he helps kind of manage things, right? So that's what he does. He he is an Anunnaki, according to some of the history. All right, so the Anunnaki again were people that, or extraterrestrials that came here to Earth looking for resources for their own planet. Okay, and so they did settle here. And if you want to learn more of that about that, I'll put that link somewhere in this video. Okay, so the other creation story of Thoth, which I found very interesting, was during the time Horus and Set were battling over who would be the pharaoh of Egypt. Somehow, Horus's sperm landed on some lettuce that Set liked to eat. Set ate the lettuce, and when he ate it, a silver disc formed in the middle of his forehead. And through that silver disc, Thoth burst out, grabbing the disc with him and placing it behind him, and that was his lunar symbol, right? So Thoth is Horus's son through Set, which I find very cool and interesting because a lot of the gods and goddesses, one of the things that they say is that they can be male or female. They can be light or dark, both, you know. So I found that very interesting. Okay, so during the battle, Horus's eye was damaged, and so Thoth healed his eye and connected that eye to the moon. So it has a lot of moon energy in that eye, the eye of Horus. All right. So a Thoth is pre-dynastic, of course, because he's Anunnaki and he was created by gods. So he shows up in the pyramid texts, which are the oldest religious writings in the world. Right? So they're the oldest religious writings in the world. And these writings appear in the sarcophagi and the walls at Saqqara. And it starts like 5th, 6th dynasties, somewhere in that time period, the Old Kingdom. So it's like 2613 to 2181 BCE. All right, so that's how old they are. He's also the one who wrote the Ennead. All right, so, and the Ennead is the divine words of the gods. That's essentially what it is. And it talks about Egyptian mythology, how it's worshipped at Heliopolis. And so some of it mostly talks about the main 8 gods, which are Ra, Shu, Tefnut, Nut, Geb, Isis, Osiris, Set, and Nephthys, and Horus the Elder. Okay, sometimes the son Horus comes in, but not a lot. Okay, so he wrote that. And he handed it down to his priests, and his priests told the stories, okay, and kept the prayers and some of the ritual secrets so that they could perform their rituals as they could for all the gods and goddesses. All right. Okay, so through his writing, he became the Lord of Time because he was able to, as a historian and the scribe, he was able to like stretch out dynasties. He was able to, expand on things, right? Give it a little oomph. Okay, so he was responsible for all accounts and records in the houses of life. All right, so the houses of life is an ancient Egyptian writings and architecture. The House of Life is an institution aligned with kingship, preserving and creating knowledge in written and pictorial form. So he was in charge of the history of the pharaohs. Okay, all right. So because he is also the historian and that he also understood and commanded magic and knowledge through unknown sources and unknown to people, such as the Emerald Tablets, right? So he wrote the Emerald Tablets and he hid them. And so in hiding them, people have been looking for them all over. And that is one thing that Theo and I will be talking about on our ancient history show, is we'll be talking about the Emerald Tablet. So if you want to know about that, join us on Sunday nights, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific time on YouTube or Facebook Live. Right? All right. So he is the consort or father of Nehemeh Tawe, I think that's how you say it, and Sashet, or either one of them is his daughter. Okay, so there isn't much clarification on that, but those two goddesses are connected to him. All right, so he also stands before the scales when you go through the 12 houses and into Osiris's court. There is a scale there, and Anubis stands at the scale, and he weighs your heart with a feather. If the feather is heavier than the heart, you can go through to the field of reeds or Araru. Or if your heart is heavier than the feather, it gets devoured by Amit. So make sure that you live a good and truthful life, right? Okay, so, and Thoth stands there with the people that are going through the halls in order to get to Araru so that he can write down who goes through and who gets devoured. All right, so that's a little bit about Thoth. Maybe you didn't know, maybe you know, now you know. So have a wonderful week, and we'll see you Sunday night. Keep your heart open and align with the energy of love. Bye.